All right. We are live. You can barely see me. Oh, wow, that works. I would not expect that to work. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't expect the dual stream, so people can actually see me in the YouTube short shit. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Learning new things every day. Oh man, oh man. Crazy fucking week. Crazy fucking week. Lots of not double plus ungood things happen this week. That's how it goes. Okay, Discord. That's cool. Just don't fucking work. Don't make my life easy, please. I'll just fucking do it mobilely and shit. That's just how we do it now. Did it connect? Is OBS? Okay, well, that's working. That's working. What about my chitty chat? Oh man. Where's am I not live? Is it lying to me? Oh, I can make a stream marker right there. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck my chat is. What's going on here? My fucking Discord won't work. Yeah, I got plenty of RAM and shit. I don't know what's going on. Because I'm not seeing my stream. Ah. Fucking Astacross yelling at me. Something going on? Oh. Holy shit. I can't believe Weld just fucking roasted me that hard, bro. Alright, share. Copy link. And then where the fuck is my Twitch? I don't even know. Hold on, it was up here. God damn it. It's way farther. There we go. Cool. Got that. Oh, fuck. Hold on. This is going to be my slowest stream yet. Might have to go up there and yell at another dog because I'm watching another dog. That's not my dog. She's a good girl, though. She's just a puppy. If she comes down, I'll show her off. I paste that. Holy balls. Could this take any longer for me? That was not what I wanted. I promise I'm not normally this stupid. I'm just tired. Having a day. Uh-oh. No viewers? Really? Damn, I'm sorry, guys. I suck. Alright. That posted. My fucking shit's still not working. I can't see my chat, so. Staring at my phone. It's great content. So we have a lot on the docket today. I'm just getting some of that opened up because there's a lot of shit that happened this week that we could cover. It has been quite a crazy week, to say the least. Oh, somebody tell me. All right. Posting one last thing. Hey, what is up? Weld, how you doing? It's okay. Grill Shala. I'm posting my little live notification thing. But hope your pee went well. I hope your boys do good too. I wish you nothing but the best tonight. You and the missus both, of course. Yeah, I saw that. I appreciate it. I was gonna leave a comment, but then I went live and I was like, ah, fuck, I gotta deal with all this shit. But I do appreciate you. I appreciate it a lot. Oh, I'm trying out something new. I have, of course, my face here. So I wonder how this is gonna work because technically, I'm also doing like a live on the Shorts feed, and I don't have the ability to like split my screen like I would at a different program because I'm also streaming on Twitch. We can just try it out. We can try it out. It should work. It should be fine. Well, you can't see me, but you can see the news. At least people know we're talking about shit. You know, at least people know I'm doing more than just sitting on my ass. We've got a couple things. I've got even more that I'd like to talk about. But we can also, well, if my Discord isn't opening, it has been opening all fucking night, and I don't know why. So I might have to like email myself shit. Thank you for saving us. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. I kind of figured it was gonna be canceled once I realized why I recognized that Terrio name. Once I realized why I recognized it, I was like, yeah, no, I can't watch this. What, I'm gonna watch fucking Destiny tell the guy who fucking planned January 6th that he was wrong? That dude's not gonna fucking budge. That's gonna be AIDS. And then you have fucking Gibbs too, who I just can't stand. I can't stand the man. Everything about him just screams, I am a fake fuck. And I could be wrong. He could be the realest motherfucker, you know, in the world. But everything about him screams, I am not a real person. Well, maybe that's a little harsh, but you get it. Can't get a job in IL, but I got offered one in fucking Ireland? Holy shit, Jacob. Well, thank you for the lurk, brother. But I don't know if Ireland is the way to go. Holy shit. The economy's garbage. I'm so glad I have a job. Sorry, not trying to rub it in your face. Gibbs is so bad, even yeah. Well, I mean, if Rob Noor is going to have a crash out on him, then yeah, he's pretty fucking terrible. I think I need to move my camera. I keep doing this. Let me just fucking grab this. Thank you. Bud, what is up? How you doing, homie? Hey, I went to the gym for the third day in a row based, did leg day even more based. I did a Smith machine back squat for 205, 15 reps, my best set. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's fucking fantastic. You can always go a little bit heavier on the Smith machine, you know? And you've been doing it for a little bit too, so that's awesome. Your PR is 20 reps at 205, but some days are weaker than others. Hey, man. That's fantastic, dude. You're not always going to be able to, you know, especially with weight that heavy, you're not always going to be able to, like, you know, hit fucking 20 reps. 20 reps is already pretty crazy. Holy there. Holy balls. Oh, but that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. So the live updates for today have ended, but of course there's some interesting updates. I suppose the Minnesota prosecutor would love to actually try the guy who I know has a name, but I kind of don't give a fuck. Because my thing is always my attention is more on the outcomes, the inevitable outcomes. Well, maybe not inevitable, but the possible outcomes we'll see. But I have a flight back to university on Sunday. Yeah, good call, dude. Good call. I hope your flight goes well, man. I hope your flight goes well. I can tell you from experience, don't believe those Nigerian princes. They suck at logistics. I sent 500 5 years ago. I'm still waiting on my 2 tons of gold. Well, QC John, it's been taxed into oblivion now. It's actually sitting in customs. You just gotta work harder for it, bro. So in Hepnick County Attorney Mary Moriarty on Friday called on members of the public to send any video or other evidence in the fatal shooting of Renee Good directly to her office, challenging the Trump administration's decision to leave the investigation solely to the FBI. Basically, this is very interesting. I imagine it's probably happened in history before, right? Where like the federal government has said, hey, we're going to take care of this, but the state government is still like, no, actually, we want to take care of this in terms of like prosecuting somebody. Oh, dude, but I really hope you don't have to do that, man. That would be awful. My wife and I, when we went on our honeymoon, we were going to Mexico, which is great. Viola, Mexico. It's fucking awesome. Where I went, at least. I didn't go to a shitty part, really. So we we flew to Miami airport, and I just had to piss like a Russian racehorse. So of course, you know, I make my way to the bathroom. We had like maybe like 5 minutes left on our like connecting flight or whatever, and the only reason I was able to get on is because my wife stopped the stewardess. So sin matriarchy is based, and yeah, that's about it. I might actually have to change her fucking screen name to that. I think that'd be funny. But that was totally not related to what I was talking about. I got one guide in the best way. So the idea of Trump, his admin getting challenged on this, I imagine that the FBI is going to say there's nothing. I would be interested to see what Minnesota comes away with. Bud123 found a good reason to time out someone in Connor's chat wishing harm on others. Yeah, I can believe that. I ascribe to that belief. I think it's fair. You probably shouldn't, you know, be too harsh, and like wish death or whatever. If not a ban, I don't know about a ban, because people can change their ways and people can learn. And the only way to grow a community is you give those like temporary timeout type deals, and you say, all right, if you've learned your lesson, you can come back. But of course, if they don't learn their lesson, then you fucking boot them. Or if they learn their lesson for a little bit and then they stop learning their lesson, you boot them. So it's one of those things where it's a fine balance. And I don't know. Unless it's something that's like very egregious and like obviously like super trolly or whatever, I don't really care. I'll just let it go. I'll let somebody else handle it. That's my prerogative. I'll let somebody else handle it. But only on like internet stuff. If somebody's being wronged in person, I usually say something. I don't know. Anyway, Moriarty said that although her office has collaborated effectively with the FBI in past cases, she is concerned by the Trump administration decision to bar state and local agencies from playing any role in the investigation into Wednesday's killing of Good by an immigration and customs enforcement officer in Minneapolis. Specifically, she said she's worried the FBI won't share evidence with state investigators. I think that's fair. I think the fear about like FBI won't share evidence, I think that's a fair fear to have, especially with this administration. Because if there's one thing they've proven, it's that they are not the most transparent administration in history. In fact, they are the one of the most opaque.
Hey, you, time to drink.
Well, fair enough.
You, time to drink. Hey, you, time to drink. Hey, you,
okay, you
time
gotta
to
stop.
Drink.
Please, God,
hey,
Jacob.
You, time to drink.
You were done.
Hey, you, time to drink.
I'm making that like 8 billion. Hold on.
You, time to drink.
I'm making that 8 billion now, you motherfucker.
Time to drink.
I can't believe you're trolling me right now.
Hey, you,
that's so mean.
Time to drink.
That's so mean. I deserve better.
Time to drink.
Edit.
Hey, you.
That's my voice, by the way.
Hey, you, time to drink.
Where is it? Oh no, it's in. I have to go to actually Twitch.
You,
fuck.
Time to drink. Hey, you.
Hold on.
Time to
I know
drink.
what to do here.
Hey.
Okay. Oh wait. It keeps fucking going and then not being there.
You, time to drink.
There we go.
Hey, you.
Why is it not muted? Okay, Jacob, fucking stop, bro. All right? Yes, very funny. Very funny. Very funny. Very funny. Very funny. 12 out of 10. Please stop. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm changing that now. You have given me ample reason to do so. So I appreciate you. Also, if you do it again, I'm going to re. You don't want to hear me re. You're seeing me get trolled on Twitch because I fucked up and did not change one of my things. Just set a timer. I mean, yeah, that's fair. But I also didn't think that someone would come in there and do that like that. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since people have done anything in fucking Twitch, so I don't even remember how to get there. This is fucking great. This is my life. Oh my god. Viewer rewards. There we go. I found it. Don't worry. I found it. I found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. Jesus. There's so many options. I hate this. Edit. And we're going to do cost 1,000, first of all. And then redemption cooldown. You get 10 minutes. Okay. I think that's good. Can I save this? Where's my save? There's my save. Oh, that was AIDS. Jacob, if you do that again. Well, I don't mind banning you off Twitch for a bit because you still have the other one, but like, holy fuck, dude. Ah! We're back. I think. I don't know. My ears are still ringing with that shit in my head. My head, honestly, is like really hurting now. So thanks for that, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to go take some Advil. Holy fuck. Ugh. A day after Good was killed in Minneapolis, federal immigration agents shot and wounded 2 people in a vehicle outside a hospital in Portland on Thursday, which is really fucking crazy. We have more, like, all of this, again, the reason why all of this matters, my bad, I didn't think it would be loud or anything. Oh, it's super loud. Yeah, that's my fault. I need to, like, trust me, some of it is on me for not being a good streamer and having that set up right, but spamming it was also kind of on you, so we both share blame, but you're gonna share a little bit more because you spammed it. Is that fair? Hold on, I can edit it and turn it all the way fucking down, and now I won't even hear it. Yeah, it was definitely 20 redemptions. Yeah, it was. So I set it to 1,000. I was like, hey, got it. Hearing my own voice say that shit and that fucking voice like 20 times, that kind of murdered me. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I just suffered a stroke. I don't know what a stroke feels like, but this must be it. Well, good luck. Have fun at your game. I hope your team wins. So, a day after Good was killed in Minneapolis, federal immigration agents shot and wounded 2 people in a vehicle outside a hospital in Portland on Thursday. The shooting drew hundreds of protesters to the ICE building at night, and Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield vowed to investigate whether any federal officers acted outside of their scope of lawful authority and refer criminal charges to the prosecutor's office if warranted. Good luck, Weld. Have fun. Don't forget to, give your wife kisses or whatever for yourself. So it seems that that ICE just kind of keeps losing. So first you shoot a woman, you call a fucking bitch. That was crazy. That was wild. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but that was wild. Well, if my fucking Discord was working, I'd say, oh, we'll, maybe take a look, but it legitimately is just not. There we go. Okay. Or does it need to update? And that's the issue. I don't know. This is beyond stupid for me. But absolutely crazy. The updated video. Well, I mean, it's not crazy from the updated video. I think that you can take it 2 ways. And either way, there is a pretty good chance that it's. How do I put this? Essentially, it's almost like one of the clearest. Well, actually, no, it's not clear at all because there are a bunch of different factors that factor in. I keep waffling between thinking I think the officer should have gotten out of the way, like on the ground. I think that's like a no shit Sherlock. Protecting yourself is better than trying to kill somebody else. Like, I think that's just like fair. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of. It's also weird that it was like his phone camera, not his body camera. I would hope well, assuming they have a body cam, I'd love to see that. It was crazy though. But for here, what we know, for the Portland shooting, DHS officials identified 2 people shot by Border Patrol officer Luis David Nico Moncada and Yorlenis Bitsabeth Zambrano Contreras. Both are from Venezuela and entered the U.S. illegally in 2022 and 2023, respectively, the agency said. The DH said Moncada was a suspected Trendeagua member. Crazy. There's no immediate independent corroboration of that account or any gang affiliation of the vehicle's occupants. Minneapolis shooting Jonathan Ross was the ICE officer who shot and killed Good, is an Iraq war vet who served nearly 2 decades in the Border Patrol and U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement, so he is a vet. He's been there a long time, so that would, make you question, and we're reading this part here, that would make you question then, I guess, where his mind was at in terms of this shooting. I mean, he has a lot of experience. Well, he was Iraq war veteran. He was in the Border Patrol for, like 20 years, I guess. I guess there is a different skill set to being a Border Patrol agent and being, fucking Leo, which those guys were acting as law enforcement officers, like patrol officers. There's obviously a difference there, I guess. According to records obtained Thursday by the Associated Press, policing experts say some of the choices made by Ross defy practices nearly every law enforcement agency has followed for decades, which is true. But I suppose if you're trained as Border Patrol, and maybe that's not something you do a lot, but I mean, 20 years. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not putting any chips down on this because I have no idea. Ooh. Congresswoman wants federal officers to leave Portland, Oregon after 2 people shot and wounded. So this one is basically just an Oregon congresswoman is very upset, wants these guys out. A bunch of protests are planned. I know that there is a protest near me. There's probably a protest near you. If you feel passionate, if you want to put your money where your mouth is, well, protests are a good way to do it. It's a good way to show up and say, hey, I believe in my cause, and I think I should do that. I do believe in political action. I do think that you should operate within the system. And I do think that one of the most powerful things that you can do as an American citizen is protest. So get out there and fucking protest, all right? Do it. Do it, pussy. Do it. I hope that was well received. Renee Good's wife said they had whistles while stopping to help neighbors before fatal ICE shooting. Hold on. I'm gonna read through this silently real quick, and I know we're in this. We had whistles, they had guns. Oh, that's such a line. But maybe you guys should have no, I can't say that. I'm not gonna say that. Court records from a previous incident have identified. They moved to Minnesota for their son. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. ICE agent who fatally shot woman doesn't have complete legal immunity, which is true. I'm pretty sure he might have federal immunity, but there's no way he has state immunity, right? Yeah, there's no way they have complete immunity. That's insane. Minnesota prosecutors want access to Good's car because, well, I mean, there's one bullet hole right through the fucking windshield, and then the dude stepped around and went pop in it. I think the most important thing that's coming out of the Minnesota stuff right now is the abject lying that is going on by our government, which, I mean, like, I'm no fucking idiot. I know that the government lies about shit. But, if you're gonna piss on my head, at least tell me it's raining. Give me something. This is kind of fucking insane. Like, outright lying about just something you can visually watch. Like, you can watch the videos. They're there. And the ICE wasn't pushing a car out of the snow. They got out of their car and walked up to the vehicle that was sideways. There are just so many different things that were fucking insane. I will say in the video, you do see the lady, well, I guess it would be this way because she's she yanks the steering wheel and goes, which is a very tight turn radius, especially on ice. But I guess the clear and present danger clause, isn't that it? It's like clearing, are the protesters advocating to get rid of ICE? I think people should be deported as necessary. If people are illegally here and aren't working or committed crimes, they should be deported. But maybe some of them, but the only way for us the only way for you to have your voice heard is to say something, right? So even if there are some that are saying they want ICE completely like annulled. You can say, hey, actually, we probably shouldn't totally do away with like our immigration enforcement, but we should definitely reduce them back to pre-Trump size. And I think if you honestly like talk to people, that's probably what they want, or that's probably what they mean. It's just the fact that ICE has grown. I think their budget was like given like a 700% boost or something. So like because their budget got so big, they were able to militarize very quickly and also hire a bunch of people that they probably shouldn't have hired. Now, them hiring or not hiring the guy who shot what's her name wouldn't have mattered because he was hired like 20 years ago. So in that case, I think it would be a better thing to be advocating for, like, you know, looking at ICE and what they do and how to like really affect change in ICE and make it less, well, the way it is, which again, it's a very necessary organization. And I think if anybody serious is talking to you, when they say abolish ICE, they probably don't mean like literally. Well, actually, no, that's me being too charitable. That's me being too charitable. Depending on who's talking to you, they could literally mean like, no, we don't need an immigration enforcement agency, which is fucking insane. Because you do. It's you have to have somebody to like take care of that. It just makes sense if you want to be a country with borders. Oh, man. But I think that going to a protest and being a supportive voice that tries to guide people to a more normal position, a more like well-informed position, I think that's a noble goal. I won't be able to go, unfortunately. I really wish I could, but you know, if people are able to go, I think they should. Because the other thing is, Bud, is that we can argue for imperfect things now if it means that in the future we can perfect them. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. That's the biggest thing we need to take away from well, a lot of lefties and shit, in my opinion. You can't let perfect be the enemy of good. I think the officer, I mean, that's going to be a really good legal argument, bud. I think that, what up, Mace? What up? But there's definitely like a legal argument, but I don't think that even focusing on that layer one shit is worth doing. I don't think that we need to worry about, because the courts are going to handle it, all right? It doesn't matter what my fucking opinion is as somebody who is not a lawyer, not a cop, not fucking anything to do with law enforcement. It doesn't really matter. I can have an opinion, sure, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them, right? I think the things we need to be looking at and the things we need to be focusing on are civilian responses. So like, how are people feeling? Are people getting like genuinely like angry, like, you know, revolution angry? In which case, that's fucking spooky. That's terrifying. That means that the bread and circuses have run out, and that's not good. That's just not good. The other thing, the other layer is, how is the administration responding? And Bud, even if the officer acted in self-defense and it was clear-cut and that's fine, the way that the admin has responded is fucking insane. Calling this lady a domestic terrorist? I mean, even with the new video that came out where it looks like the dude got bumped or whatever, then he mag dumped her. Well, I say mag dump, it was 3 shots. Even that, like, I don't know, she doesn't seem like she's a fucking, like, she's not a domestic terrorist. There's no link to any organizations. And so that leads me to I guess, fourth thing, because it's 1, 2, 3. So 4 is that the administration, my third finger, is going to use the civil unrest to institute martial law down here, which is the last layer. That's the deepest layer. That's what they want. So as long as we're focusing on number 1 up here, as long as we're bitching and moaning and fighting about, well, was it justified, wasn't it justified, all this other shit's going to keep happening until we end up in martial law. I hope my finger analogy worked there. I had to work with what I had. And so that's really where I'm more concerned. I mean, obviously, you know, have your opinions, have your arguments and stuff. It's always fun to play armchair fucking forensic investigator. That's always fun. But we should be focusing on how this is going to affect us going forward. And now, obviously, I'm a schizophrenic libertarian, at heart, at least. I fight that every day, to be serious. So I think that we are in a very unique time where we need to be focusing on the right things. Yes, they're flooding the zone. Yes, there's always something new. And yes, I'm probably participating in it by talking about any of it. But I think something to always keep in mind, and something to keep in the front of your mind, not the back of your mind, is how could this incident benefit Trump in the future? Or not even benefit Trump, but benefit like a fascist regime in the future. Because even if Trump goes away, even if MAGA dies, even if, Nick Fuentes fucking gives up and goes and actually lives his life and settles down, marries his favorite husband and his favorite cat boy at his ranch, even if all of that happens, well, Bud, that's a completely it's a different Trump though. Um, but I understand. Wait, sorry, let me read your comment. I think it's too far-fetched. Trump did not declare martial law during 2020 BLM riots, which caused over $1 billion of property damage. But there's a difference between Trump 1 and Trump 2. All right, Trump 1 had a little bit more of his head. He had people holding him back. He had actual like Republicans in office guiding him. Trump 2 is a sycophant. Trump 2 is surrounded by only people who say yes to him. That's why I, as somebody who is more of a center-right leaner, said absolutely fucking not. I'm going, like, in 2020, I didn't vote for Joe Biden. I voted for fucking Joe Jorgensen. I voted for the Libertarian candidate. I'm much more center-right. In 2024, I said, fuck that. Trump is obviously, like, the greater evil in terms of everything. So then I voted for Kamala. So I think the difference in the administration is what makes this so serious. Because I would agree with you if we're still living in the 2020, like, Trump is, kind of going out deal with, like, COVID and everything like that. I'd agree with you. But we're not in that world anymore. Things are way more heated. All it takes is one person shooting an ICE agent, and we will be going into martial law. Or at least that area of the country will be, and it's going to fall like dominoes. That's my greatest fear. That's my greatest fear. Mace, what we can learn from this is that we should not be over-militarizing our police. Police definitely have, all of our enforcement agencies have a very special place. Like, they have something to do. They have their niches. They need to be there. ICE shouldn't necessarily be totally abolished or anything, but it can be, defunded back to 700% less. I don't think we need to be deploying ICE into cities. I think that's ridiculous. When did that happen, bud? When did that happen? I want to look that up. Because if you're right, I want to see it. When did it happen, like, recently? Because if it happens enough, then I will be proven right. I just think there is a huge incentive, especially with like elections coming up and Trump feeling like the pressure, being a lame duck. Like, it's a possibility, at least in the House. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like it is something that could very well happen. Trump is good. Ooh, spicy. Very spicy. Interesting. Good at what? Good at having sexual relations with children? He's pretty good at that. He's great at that, from what I hear. Allegedly, if the Epstein files are to be believed. But what is the Treasury Department doing? Wait, what? He's good at starting wars. Hey, yo! How you doing, Elaney? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. We're talking about a couple different things. I'm giving my schizophrenic libertarian takes. Officer injured in organized. Oh, dude, Bud. Elaney, I'm like center right, but Bud, I don't know if you actually saw that, but that shit was the funniest fucking, like, the stupidest fucking thing I've seen in my life. Hold on. Like, the reason why this didn't... Oh, why didn't it go anywhere? Libertarian socialist. Interesting. I have never heard those two together. Why didn't that go anywhere? Maybe I need to Google. These fucking weird-ass browsers. No or yes, yes or no? Maybe. Man fatally shot during ICE traffic stop after dragging and injuring an officer in Chicago suburb. That was September 13th. So the first one, the one on my birthday, July 7th, that one was like a bunch of near misses. I think the people who got shot were actually like, why the oh my, I'm so fucking stupid. Jesus, there we go. But the first one I have seen, the first one I don't think is necessarily indicative of what I'm talking about. Let me pull up. Is there anything? There's CNN, but is there anybody else who did it? Okay, where the fuck? Is this it? September 12th, September 13th. Okay, hold on. Nope, that's not it. That's somebody getting shot who's not a... Did you like Andrew Yang? Fellrunner, I don't think anybody else has, but I also don't know. Right now, I am trying to convince Bud that if enough people start firing back at ICE, there is a very, very good chance that we're gonna see like martial law and shit. Terry, oh, crazy! The guy who fucking was a J6er who like started the whole fucking January 6th movement. That guy ran away from a debate. Crazy. Oh well, dude, nice. It's how I'm going to depict it. If she asked. Nice. Did I like Andrew Yang? I thought he was interesting. I thought he was an interesting guy. Well, no, I guess that is it. Most liberals protesting don't have guns. Well, but that's why we as the Grill Hottest need to, you know, get everybody normal and give them guns. Well, that's fantastic. I love it. And Elaney for Andrew Yang. I heard of him. I think he's all right. The idea of UBI, especially with like AI and shit, I think is a much more reasonable and interesting conversation. He does seem like a very nice guy. His policy is interesting, and his policy kind of is like, I think he's too far ahead, if that makes sense. Like, we as Americans won't be chill with like any kind of UBI or anything until enough jobs have been taken by like robots and AI. Then we're gonna be okay with it. But only then. Let me see if I can find... I don't know why, but I can't find that CNN thing, even though I fucking searched with the CNN thing. Only Dems caring are former Republicans? I don't know what you mean there, Mace. Farmer says, he says they were just appealing the gov that day. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I don't want to fucking create an account. I'm not doing that. That's lame. Yeah, Indiana's playing tonight, and they're doing pretty good right now. Okay, but I Google search it, right? And it comes up with fucking Wikipedia, and it comes up with DHS, and it comes up with CBS fucking News, but it doesn't come up with goddamn CNN. What the fuck is this? If I have to go to the second page of Google, we're fucked. Where are we? What is this? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Ah. Okay. Yeah. DuckDuckGo, maybe that'll be it. But I'm really trying here, man. I'm trying for you, okay? I'm letting you one guy me. I guess this is the equivalent, huh? My wife plays fantasy football. I play fantasy grill tainting based. Don't forget to taint those grails, brother. Nothing. Like I believe you, right? Like I'm not here saying you're a fucking liar or anything. Google does not censor my search result. I wonder why is it? It shouldn't be shouldn't be censoring mine. Let me do try without personalization. Okay. I don't see any difference. The quotation marks. Oh, okay. I thought I did. They're not there. Oh, maybe on the on DuckDuckGo. Let me try that. There we go. And it's up there, so it should do it for me. Okay, here we go. That's ABC. Where's the CNN, though? I want to see... I mean, I trust AP, so I could do the AP. I'll do AP. Alright, so let me just scan this real quick. Fatally shot a suspect, driving his car at officers, dragging one of them. I'm dipping in and out. Oh, it's all good, dude. Why do libertarians want to use Goobermensch to regulate what gender the person you are sleeping with is? I'm sorry, you just like flashbang me in the face. I don't know what the fuck you mean there. Sorry, Elaney, I'm not sure what you mean. Thank you very much, bud. I appreciate the link, buddy. Tim Pool? Oh. Oh, that's because Tim Pool's fucking... Tim Pool's not a fucking libertarian. All right, Dave Smith is not a fucking libertarian. Those dudes are fucking... I can't wait for Tim Pool's beanie to fall off forever. Secretly going to Destiny stream. Don't listen to his lies. But I appreciate. I'm sorry you had to hop over to Twitch chat, buddy. Okay, Immigration Customs Enforcement fatally shot a man who resisted and dragged the officer during a vehicle stop in Chicago. Okay, so this is an example of another person getting shot the same way the other guy did. Guess who farted this guy? So when will they march in Chicago over the 6 dead over the weekend for Black on Black? I don't fucking know. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I mean, should people be marching? Yeah, probably. I mean, I think that's fair. But if that was a gotcha, it was really weak. Like, I don't fucking care. Who do you think I am? So undocumented immigrant. Don't Black Lives Matter? It is a question. I mean, in the sense that, like, oh man, hold on. I have to reach back really far because it's been 6 fucking years, and I'm not like a leftist or anything. So like, you know, you're gonna have to make me fucking dig way farther than I'm ready to dig right now, buddy. Because I'm thinking of Black Lives Matter, not the organization, but the saying. Yeah, I mean, fuck, man. If you want to get down to it, all lives do matter. In that case, they were talking specifically about Black lives because of the black people being killed by police. I think personally, it should have been more about police fucking police brutality fucking sucks. Police are useful, obviously, you got to use them, but police brutality fucking sucks. I think it should have been more of that. Are libertarians anti-trans? I can only speak for myself. I'm gonna say no because I don't give a fuck what you do in the bedroom. Well, thank you for being honest, but Chicago and their losses get lost in the sauce. Well, for somebody who lives in Chicago or talks about Chicago, I think you should definitely go after them for it, but I don't live nor give a fuck about Chicago. So, I'm more worried about my neck of the woods, honestly. Let's see. So he hit one of them and dragged an officer. This was, I feel like this is different. Is there a video? I guess there's not a video. I mean, the concept, I mean, I'm gonna say no because, like, there's scientific basis, right? Like, I don't know. I'm a person who tries to thread the needle between faith and science, and I think that, you know, if there's fucking brain scans that are different, that's probably a pretty convincing argument to me personally. I also don't really like dive into that kind of stuff. It's not my shit's more history related, all right? I'm much more interested in like history and stuff than I am today's topical issues. But I'll still talk about them because fuck it, man. Who doesn't love hearing a white boy talk about shit? Am I right, fellas? Am I right? No, I'm kidding. I found a Border Patrol agent getting shot in NYC, but not ICE. I mean, it's still a federal officer, so I'll take it, bud. But I think ultimately, if we're this one doesn't fit, I think the same situation, and it also doesn't fit what I was talking about. But I do get what you mean. I'm talking about like mass unrest type shit. You know, that'd be a little bit more. That'd be a little bit more, I guess, spooky. So, well, I mean, I'm not here to be right. I just like talking. Is this the okay? This is the guy who was shot. I don't autoplay. Oh, thank God it's muted. Okay. Oh, ooh. Woo! That would have fucking triggered me. Okay. Acting ICE Director Tom Homan said on Monday the agency would flood the zone where agents a botched robbery that left an oh, so he was off duty. But this guy was off duty, so he wasn't like executing a stop and then he was shot. He was a fucking off duty guy, and it was a botched robbery. And oh, crazy! They're both undocumented immigrants. Cool. That's not good. I'm glad they're not talking. They're gonna flood the zone, send a bunch of people to. Oh, it's secretary. She's a secretary. My bad. Okay, both those guys were awaiting arraignment. So, like, I don't necessarily know. Let me see if this link will tell me more. Oh, no, it's just the same fucking thing. Why is the link back? That's so dumb. Flood the zone and deport those criminals. I mean, if they were just deporting the criminals, that's one thing. But a lot of what I saw was, you know, deporting mothers and people who are trying to do things the right way. And I think that's fucked up. You know? How can you grill with the price of steaks? Well, sometimes you have to grill, you know, turkey instead. Sometimes you don't get to get the Wagyu, all right? Sometimes you got to go to the bottom of the barrel, you know, the shit in like the tube. Sometimes you got to grill the tube meat, all right? Sometimes you got to grill the tube meat. Sometimes you're there. Sometimes you're there. Let's see. Iran's supreme leader signals upcoming crackdown on protesters, ruining their own streets for Trump. This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one for me. So let's watch this video real quick. It's Iranian state TV broadcasted footage of apparent street fires in Tehran. Oh, hold on, let me mute it. As protesters shouted and marched through the streets into Friday morning after a call by the country's exiled crown prince for demonstrations. So yeah, wow, that's pretty fucking. We'll turn it up and. In some cities of the country, terrorist elements are supported by the U.S. and the Zionist regime. Wow, how prescient. Cause extensive damage to the public and to private property. Well, that's a lot of fire. Okay. So that gives us a little bit of, I guess, an idea there. This is from Dubai. European leaders urged Iran late Friday to allow its citizens to demonstrate without reprisal after Tehran signaled security forces would crack down on protesters whom U.S. President Donald Trump has pledged to support. Now, I don't know what this means by pledge to support. Does this mean that, like, we're actually going to support them? Or does this mean that, like, we're just saying, hey, good on you, buddy. I'm really proud of you. Because I'm cool with the, hey, I support you, buddy. Good job. I don't necessarily know how much regime building you can do when we're also trying to, you know, how much regime change you can do when we're already doing it in Venezuela, too. And it sounds like we might be doing it in other places, which is just kind of fucking spooky, and I don't want to do that. Yay, more war. Yay, woo! Anyway, at least 62 people have been killed in the protests that began in late December over Iran's ailing economy and have morphed into the most significant challenge to the government in years. Supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei dismissed Trump as having his hands, quote, stained with the blood of Iranians as his supporters shouted death to America in footage aired by Iranian state television. State media later referred to the demonstrators as terrorists, setting the stage for violent crackdowns, as in other protests in recent years. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so gashy. It's because I had a nice Jersey Mike sub. My wife treated me. Protesters are, quote, ruining their own streets in order to please the President of the United States, end quote, the 86-year-old Khamenei said to a crowd at his compound in Tehran. Because he said that he would come to their aid, he should pay attention to the state of his own country instead. Oh! But also, I mean, you know, that's rich coming from this guy. So, you know, I don't know. You can go one of two ways. Which way, Western man? Will you soy pill out because, oh my God, Trump got owned? Or will you go, fuck you, buddy, because he's, you know, so Khamenei. What I miss, Mir? I don't know, I talked about the shooting in Minneapolis a little bit, as well as the Portland stuff. We got on a long tangent about possible outcomes and how the most important thing of those shootings is watching the outcomes for our government, as well as the outcomes for our people, because there are, you know, spooky things that can happen if a government decides that they want to, you know, crack down on people. Bud said, if Trump is advocating regime change in Iran and did regime change in Venezuela, encouraged by neocons' administration, how is this a new Trump administration with no one to hold him back? Because Trump is doing whatever the fuck he wants. Bud, I mean, he's doing the Venezuela thing because of oil companies. The Iran thing is just because if you say anything good about Trump, like, Trump wants to do it. The only neocon in office is, I would argue, Marco Rubio. And yes, he's very much shining right now, but who knows when Trump is going to give up on all this shit and go do something else? What about the fucking tariffs? What about, like, I don't think Trump 1 would have been able to accept a Qatari jet in exchange for, you know, the Qatari Air Force to practice in fucking Idaho. You know, I don't think that would have been allowed. I don't think ICE would be out in the streets like this in Trump 1, at least not to this extent. You know, I think that people have fallen into this dichotomy of it's either the right or the left instead of, hey, you should vote for the people who do you best. And I think that's why we have Republicans who are so lockstep with Trump, and we have Democrats who are so, lockstep anti-Trump. I mean, I can live in multiple worlds here at once. I've got a lot of mental space and mental capacity for things. But one thing I don't think that, like, Trump, I'm sorry, Trump, Jesus fucking Christ. I might be the one with dementia, but have you ever seen anybody, has anybody close in your life, and if this is too personal, then don't worry about it. I'll just share my own experience. It's fine. But have you ever had anybody in your life who, had dementia? Have you ever seen that in real time? Because I'm kind of seeing that with Trump. Now, I'm not going to say he's late stage or anything. I'm not a fucking, I don't know shit. I'm a dude in a chair. But I think that you can definitely 110% see a lot of similarities in someone who is slipping into dementia with how Trump acts, his, outbursts, his seemingly random, I don't know, did you see today when he this is a tangent. This is a tangent. That has nothing to do with your question, and I apologize. I'm going to reel myself back. Because that doesn't answer your question. I think that just because he does some neocon-y things does not necessarily mean the man is suddenly being held by neocons. I think that he is being maybe puppeted by somebody else. Sure, I think whoever whispers in his ear last is the person he listens to. I don't think that he is. I don't think it's the same regime. I think things are different. I think things are probably worse, and I think a lot of it comes down to just how brazen things have been. Well, let me see. I don't think I have it on here. Because we can read through this real quick just to see where they are. And it's still at 51, which is crazy because it was going pretty far. So USAID is done. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, that's done. Took out, or what did they do for this? Oh, yeah, stop federal funding for NPR. That's pretty fucked. What about White House? Woke policies, global change research program. Sorry, this is something different. They're going over footage of January 6th. Yeah, I watched a lot of that shit when it happened. I remember watching it live. I was doing student teaching, actually. It was crazy. We were in the middle of class. It was virtual because it was it was still COVID-y. And I remember the teacher dismissing the kids early so we could watch, and we sat there and watched in awe as that shit happened and went from holy fuck to holy shit to holy balls. It was crazy. Iran's Judiciary Chief Gulmasin Mohsen Aji separately vowed that punishment for protesters will be divisive, maximum, and without any legal leniency. Yikes. That sounds spooky. Late Friday, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and French President Emmanuel Macron issued a joint statement condemning reported deadly violence against protesters and urged Iran to allow its citizens to express themselves without fear of reprisal. The AP could not independently confirm. Local media reports that the state forces opened fire on protesters in Tehran on Friday. That's crazy. Sen, you are down the road from one of the best football games I've seen all year. They're in Atlanta. Oregon just battled the Titans. Nice, dude. Well, I love good football, bro. I love good. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and leave you guys to watch nothing, but that's on you. Dude is these were isolated cases. It was mostly innocent people here to check things out. Shows video of people hitting cops with flags. You can see there behind people hitting cops. People are trying to talk to the cops. I'm sure you're paraphrasing, but that's so fucking funny, dude. I don't know how you don't see that shit and just feel a twinge of shame. Fuck, man. That's our country. So I guess there are. Did anybody see anything about shots fired in Tehran? I mean, I'm pretty sure their internet is being cut off, so I don't think there is anything. I believe it's Khazra. Send one out for Khazra. Lies. It's all propaganda. True. So true, Fel. So true. There was no immediate response from Washington, though Trump had repeatedly pledged to strike Iran if protesters are killed, a threat that has taken on greater significance after the military raid on Maduro. Also, Mike Waltz, National Security Advisor, is a neocon. Okay, so that's two. We got two, baby. We got two. Bud, We're not doing that's two out of a very large administration that capitulates to Trump. So, you know, I've heard nothing. Well, okay. That's spooky. I mean, that's really spooky that we haven't heard anything from Iran. Until the internet's cut off, until that comes back, if it ever comes back in the same, it definitely won't come back in the same way. Depends. I don't know. Despite Iran's theocracy cutting off the nation from the internet and international telephone calls, short online videos are shared by activists purported to show protesters chanting against Iran's government around bonfires as debris littered the streets in the capital, Tehran, and other areas into Friday morning. Based. Iranian state media alleged terrorist agents of the U.S. and Israel set fires and sparked violence. It also said there were casualties without elaborating. Very interesting times, man. You're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong, Fel. I want to go back to this sorry, I totally just skipped it. This is one of those things that I don't think anybody really thinks about after we do big military operations. So after Venezuela, that is very norm-breaking for the United States. So, oh god, the gremlin just told me he wanted to grow out his hair and get an emo cut. Based mirror, let him make the mistake. Everybody does it once. I did it once. It was awful. It was terrible. It was the worst thing I ever had. Worst haircut I ever had. But anyway, when you do big military operations and you take people, that leaves you open for lots of spooky. That leaves you in a position where essentially when you make a threat, it's no longer just like a threat. It's like oh fuck, you might actually follow through. But it also means if you don't follow through, I don't know, you might look a little weak. So I don't know how Trump's going to get out of this pickle after he's pledging to strike Iran if protests are killed. Also, it's going to be interesting I guess we can guide stuff, so we could probably make it work. But again, that's going to be 2 regime changes for the price of 1. Actually, it's going to be for the price. We'll see how the oil works out. We'll see how the oil works out before we say there's any price attached. We could get a lot of oil out of this. Holy fuck, guys. I feel a little goopy. Feel a little goopy for my goopsters out there. The full scope of demonstrations that began on December 28th couldn't immediately be determined due to communications blackout. Wait, sorry. Iranian state media alleged terrorist agents of the U.S. and Israel set fires and sparked violence, said there were casualties without elaborating. Terrorist agents. Domestic terrorist. Interesting that the Iranian state is calling their... Yeah, exactly, Fellrunner. From egalitarian to totalitarian. Exactly, bud. More low-quality oil to spend money on. Woo! It's going to be so great. Oh, fuck. But keep in mind that our government and the government in Iran are currently using very similar language. Granted, what's going on in Iran, I feel like, is a lot more intense than what's going on here. But still, that's something to, file it away close to the front of your brain. Keep it there. Protests also represented the first test of whether Iran's public could be swayed by Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, whose fatally ill father fled Iran just before the country's 1979 Islamic Revolution. Pahlavi, who called for protests Thursday night, similarly had called for demonstrations at 8 p.m. Friday. Demonstrations have included cries in support of the Shah, something that could bring a death sentence in the past, but now underlines the anger fueling the protests that began over Iran's ailing economy. Stopping by to give us a like. Sorry, still watching the brain damage and black pilling debate. Well, Fashion, I appreciate your like, sir. Good luck, Godspeed. I'm really glad I'm not watching that right now. It sounds like a fucking nightmare. Yeah. Good luck, dude. Good luck, babe. Oh, good luck, babe. So far, violence around the demonstrations has killed at least 62 people, while more than 23,000 others have been detained in the U.S.-based human rights activist news agency. It is. Is this debate? No, bud. It's Destiny, and I think it's like Short Fat Otaku is his name, SFO. And they were talking to, I think, that Grid Motorsports guy who sometimes show up, Admiral Gibbs, some of those other like righties, about if J6 was an insurrection, I guess. I won't begrudge you if you want to check it out. Destiny Dev versus Enrico Terrio. Did Gibbs leave? If Gibbs left, I could maybe watch it. But I just can't stand that fucking Gibbs. He just sucks. So it looks like a lot of people have been detained. That's a lot of, well, I mean, 23,000. I don't know how big their detention centers are, but I imagine if you're a totalitarian regime, you got plenty. What turned the tides of the protests was the former crown prince, Recep Pahlavi's calls for Iranians to take to the streets 8 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, said Holly Dagars, a senior fellow at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy. Per social media posts, it became clear that the Iranians have delivered and were taking the call seriously to protest in order to oust the Islamic Republic. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, he's gone? Maybe we'll check it out. This is exactly why the internet was shut down, to prevent the world from seeing the protests. Unfortunately, is also likely provided for security forces to kill protesters. So there were Thursday night protests before the internet shut down. Oh man, yeah, that's spooky. When the clock struck 8 p.m. Thursday, neighborhoods across Tehran erupted in chanting. Witnesses said the chants included "Death to the dictator," "Death to the Islamic Republic," others praising the Shah, shouting, "This is the last battle. Pahlavi will return." Thousands could be seen on the streets before all communications to Iran were cut out. That's crazy. On Friday, Pahlavi called on Trump to help the protesters, saying Khamenei wants to use this blackout to murder these young heroes. See, this I like, I think, a little more than Venezuela. And I think it's because there's real movement going on with the people. Like, the people themselves are out. Touchdown Indiana. Let's fucking go. 14-7. That's right down the road, dude. Oh, man. My wife's down at the Battery right now. That's gonna fucking suck. Anyway. So... Oh, fuck. Where'd I go? Oh, it was not a touchdown? But damn it, now I have to go back and change time. Oh, shit, dude. My stomach's making noise. That's not good. It's a bad day to be me. I'm kidding. It's all right. But I think that this is a little bit better than Venezuela, because with Venezuela, there were probably people who do want the administration to change, like the regime to change. But I don't know, I haven't heard as much from that. Now, I've heard a lot from like expats, Venezuelan expats, of course they want that to change. And I don't blame them either for wanting that shit to change. But there's like, so the Venezuela thing has somebody to replace. We have Machado, but we're not using Machado for some fucking reason. Oh, I know why. Because that's that's not very neocon-y. It's like a half-assed neocon. It's like a n-con or an e-con or something. Econ. No. But so in Venezuela, we have Machado, who we're not using. Touchdown. Now it's a touchdown. Now I can celebrate. Let's fucking go. Dude, there's gonna be so much content for Connor next week. I'm so excited for him. Man, this is fucking wild. Everything going on. It's just a lot. Let's fucking go, Weld. Bud's on your team, bro. Bud already threw that shit out there, man. He's keeping me updated. He's keeping me apprised. So White House hasn't said anything to Pahlavi. You have proven, and I know you are a man of peace and a man of your word, he said in a statement. Please be prepared to intervene to help the people of Iran. White House did not immediately respond to a request. Pahlavi has said he would offer further plans depending on the response to his call. His support of and from Israel has drawn criticism in the past, particularly after the 12-day war Israel waged on Iran in June. Demonstrators have shouted in support of the Shah in some demonstrations, but it isn't clear whether that support of the Pahlavi himself or desire to return to a time before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Interesting. I could see it. I don't know. I could see it being both. I don't know what they're going to say. The internet cut also appears to have taken Iran's state-run and semi-official news agencies offline. The state TV acknowledgement at 8 a.m. Friday represented the first official word about the demonstrations. State TV claimed the protests were violent and caused casualties, but did not offer nationwide figures. It said the protests saw people's private cars, motorcycles, public places such as the metro, fire trucks, and buses set on fire. State TV later reported that the violence overnight killed 6 people in Hamdan. I don't know, I can't pronounce that. I'm white. Please forgive me. I'm just a white boy trying to catch a wave. Some 280 kilometers, 175 miles, that's better for me, southwest of Tehran, and 2 security force members in Qom, 75 miles south of the capital. Let us pull up Google Maps Iran so we may find what we're looking for. Okay. That's Qom, or Qom, the one we heard about. Let me pull this out. I'm going to make it not as big. Let me exit that. Go right here. And yep, thank you. I don't need that. So let's make it a little bit smaller. And go right here. I can remove my ugly face. But really, I'm just looking for Qom right now. Which is right here. So we have from Tehran. Oh, everything that's happening has been southwest of Tehran. So Qom is pretty close. Hamadan is right here, or Hamdan. Okay, interesting. Interesting. These are like really central. Very, very central locations. But anyway, I just like knowing where we're talking about a little bit. Wow, that's crazy. European Union and Germany condemned the violence targeting demonstrators as protests were reported in Zidan, in Iran's Restiv, southwestern Sistan, and Balshus. Dude, I'm fucking this up so hard. I'm so sorry. Iran has faced rounds of nationwide protests in recent years as sanctions tighten and Iran struggles after the 12-day war. Its real currency collapsed in December, reaching 1.4 million to $1. Wow, that's fucking wild. Okay. Seeing historical parallels, but not yet. We'll see. Just very similar to the Weimar Republic collapse, but also kind of not, because it's not a republic, it's a fucking dictatorship. Protests began soon after, with demonstrators chanting against Iran's theocracy. It remains unclear why Iranian officials have yet to crack down harder on the demonstrators. Trump warned last week if Tehran violently kills peaceful protesters, America will come to their rescue. That sounds like regime change, baby. Back in the sandbox. Lucky us. In an interview, we were born just in time to go to the sandbox. We were born too soon to go to the sandbox. And also, we were born after going to the sandbox. I mean, it makes sense. It's oil. Like, fuck, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it doesn't make sense, but like, goddamn. And also, if the, regime change is one that's pro-American, that's probably good. Or at least, not anti-American. Iran has been told very strongly, even more strongly than I'm speaking to you right now. God, I fucking... Like, the temptation is to read it in his voice, right? But I'm just going to read it the way that I would speak. Iran has been told very strongly, even more strongly than I'm speaking to you right now, that if they do that, they're going to have to pay hell. I hate that. I hate the way that sounds. All of those words going together like that, it just sounds so fucking dumb. He demurred when he'd asked if he'd meet with Pahlavi. I'm not sure that it would be appropriate at this point to do that as president. Trump said, what? Okay, I think that we should let everybody go out there, we see who emerges. Got it. Okay, so he's interested in the oil after the regime change, which is fair, man, I guess. Fuck. I'm getting bit again. You gotta be careful, Mir. Don't let him bite you. Bite him back. Harder. Speaking in an interview with Sean Hannity, aired Thursday night on Fox News, Trump went as far as to suggest Khamenei may want to leave Iran. He's looking to go someplace, Trump said. It's getting very bad. So, it looks like things in Iran are going pretty crazy, and it looks like they are revolting in their own way. Where this differs from, say, Venezuela, at least in my opinion, is that Venezuela, we don't really have, we had an outside force. Sorry, let me reiterate. For Venezuela, we have an outside force, right? We have Machado, who we could use to install a very pro-U.S. government. But I guess instead we're going with the VP, who promised to help us and give us oil. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw something about us taking, like, I think it was a 5th tanker. Maybe that's too many. It might be maybe it's the 4th tanker. Hold on. Let me see if there's more. Because I saw something about the tankers, about the shadow tankers. Regime change in Iran is a bad idea. Would regime change ever work in Iran or the Middle East? Well, that's the fun thing. Never. Leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Exactly. What? It's not going to be... Where was that? It was on the front page, I think. Hold on. I can see if I can find it. Oh. Recognized proponent 8. Thank you very much. That felt good. Fractures starting to show in Trump's GOP at the start of the election. That's not what I'm looking for, but thank God. What the fuck? Where is it? Just saw it. I saw it earlier. Here it is. 5th. So it was the 5th. Wow. U.S. intercepts 5th sanctioned oil tanker as it asserts control over Venezuelan oil distribution. So that's a pretty big deal. That's a lot. Where I agree with Bud that regime change in Iran and the Middle East doesn't really work. I don't necessarily know where else. But it seems like if the people want to do it themselves, then by all means, let them do it. At least they're doing it themselves, I guess. I don't know. I'm a very much like you gotta get in there and get dirty yourself for me to want to be. Let's put U.S. Put U.S. shit towards that, I guess. But I don't actually want to shit on them. But you know what I mean. Shut up. Stop it. Don't be mean. So talking a little bit, changing things up from Iran to Venezuela. The U.S. intercepts 5th sanctioned oil tanker as it exerts control over Venezuelan oil distribution. Oh, this is interesting. This is a new video released from U.S. forces boarding another oil tanker in the Caribbean Sea. The announcement of the seizure was made Friday by the U.S. military. The Trump administration has been targeting sanctioned tankers traveling to and from Venezuela. Yes, bud. Yeah. Oh, dude, 100%. And that's how I feel about Venezuela, too. Fucking the people should be doing it, not us. We don't need to do it. Let's see this. All right, little military porn for you. So that's, oh my God, it's just like fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare, guys. It's just like Modern Warfare. Holy shit. Is what I really want to say, but I'm not saying that. We have made it an entire year in 8 days, 9 days. It's only day 9. Give it up for day 9. I hear a puppy. There's a different puppy than my puppy. It's a Clementine. Hello, Clementine. You're on stream. Don't say anything racist, puppy. Oh my goodness. But
Iran
maybe.
Supreme Leader is sick.
Stop that. Don't yell at me. I don't want to hear anything from you. Come here. Come here, Clem. Up. Up. I want to pinch you. God, you're heavy. You're not like my puppy. Oh, I'm just used to my puppy. This is Clementine. Oh, okay. All right. She's not a fan. She is not a fan of being held. That's the first time I've tried that. Are you good? You need anything? You can hang out. You're all good, dude. You can go upstairs. I don't care. You want to play? Come here. You get a toy, I'll play with you. No? You're just looking? Okay. Clem, you're very sweet. Oh, are you tie-tie? You can go to bed. I'm not gonna keep you up. But yeah, I guess this is why Call of Duty exists. At least COD 4. Okay, so we seized it right off the northern coast of the Caracas, or I guess off Curacao. Ooh, Aruba is very close. Well, I guess close relatively in geographical terms. U.S. forces boarded another oil tanker in the Caribbean Sea on Friday, the U.S. military said, as the Trump administration targets sanctioned tankers traveling to and from Venezuela as part of a broader effort to take control of the South American country's oil. Real quick, I remember I saw somebody in Connor's chat when I think we seized a third one earlier in the week. And dude was having a fucking meltdown saying, it's World War III! It's World War III! So, nothing ever happens. Money all on black. The pre-dawn raid was carried out by Marines and Navy sailors launched from the aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, part of an extensive force the U.S. has built up in the Caribbean in the recent months, according to U.S. Southern Command. We wish to see the pup. I showed you the pup. I mean, I didn't full screen it, I'm sorry. But she didn't want to be full screened. Clementine. Clementine. Come here. Come here. Clementine. Clementine, are you coming? No. He doesn't want to see. Gibbs filled the vacuum after Taria left, and it's what you expect. Well, Fell, I fucking hate that guy, so I'm not really here to listen. I'm not going to listen to him. God. He's so dumb. Like, I'm not very smart. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a super smart guy or anything. But that dude, holy fuck. Oh my God. Anyway, the pre-dawn raid was carried out by Marine, which declared there is no safe haven for criminals as it announced the seizure of the tanker called the Alina. The Coast Guard then took control of the vessel, officials said. Southern Command and Homeland Security, Christy Nope. How the fuck? Why Christy Nope being involved is just crazy with this shit. But I guess it makes sense. She's Homeland Security. I hate seeing her name. Posted unclassified footage on social media on Friday morning of a U.S. helicopter landing on the vessel and U.S. personnel conducting a search of the deck and tossing what appeared to be an explosive device in front of a door. Excuse me. Leading inside the ship. This guy sells beef and voted for Trump 3 times in a row. That's all you need to know, basically. Oh, no. No politics. Not here. Well, I mean, we're technically doing politics. Don't you... Fell, how dare you? I already said I hated that fucking guy. Interpost, Gnome said the ship was another Ghost Fleet tanker ship suspected of carrying embargoed oil, and that it departed Venezuela attempting to evade U.S. forces. Interesting. The Alina is the 5th tanker that has been seized by U.S. forces as part of the effort by President Donald Trump administration to control the production, refining, and global distribution of Venezuela's oil products following the U.S. ouster of Maduro in the nighttime raid. Yeah, Mir, they are. I don't know why. Maybe you need to reload the stream and get on live. I don't know. Or maybe you're already on live and it's just not working. In a post on social media network later in the day, Trump said the seizure was conducted in coordination with the interim authorities of Venezuela, but offered no elaboration. I just don't want to make your audience suffer the psychic damage without consent. I mean, you can give me updates, but I can't fucking stand Gibbs, bro. I'm gonna like fucking rage quit just listening to him. I thank God every fucking day that I don't have to talk to these people. I just listen to them because could I do it? Probably, maybe. I'd be a lot nicer than I'm being right now because I'm just that kind of a person. But like, it would break my fucking brain. It would break my fucking brain. Both the White House and the government of Venezuela did not immediately respond to questions for more details. Samir Mandani, the co-founder of TankerTrackers.com, said his organization used satellite imagery and surface-level photos to document that at least 16 tankers left the Venezuelan coast in contravention of the quarantine U.S. forces have set up to block the sanctioned ships from conducting trade. The Alina was among that flotilla. So there are 16 oil tankers we are probably trying to take. We've taken 5. Oh, Fell, yeah, I know. He does the Dave Smith thing where you prove his point wrong, and he goes, yeah, that's my point. I fucking hate that, dude. If I ever do that, please call me out and call me fucking retarded. U.S. government records show that Alina was sanctioned for moving Russian oil under its prior name, Minerva M, and flagged in Panama. Interesting. While records show the Alina is now flying at the flag of the Timor-Leste, it is listed in the International Shipping Registry as having a false flag, meaning the registration is claiming it is not valid. In July, the owner and manager of the ship on the registration was changed to a company in Hong Kong. So this is like part of the Shadow Fleet, like that fleet that we watched a video on Connor's stream, not my stream. And it was all about like the, all right, welcome back, Mir, welcome back. But it was all about like the Russian Shadow Fleet or whatever that operates to trade with U.S. sanctioned countries. It's interesting. I didn't realize they had 12 fucking tankers. That's a huge fleet. That's what happened to the Pepsi fleet. Interesting. I never would have thought of that, but I just did. According to the ship tracking databases, the Alina last transmitted its location in November in the Caribbean, north of the Venezuelan coast. Since then, however, the ship has been running dark with its location beacon turned off. While Nome and the military framed the seizure as part of an effort to enforce the law, other officials in the Trump administration have made it clear they see it as a way to generate cash as they seek to rebuild Venezuela's battered oil industry and restore its economy. I just don't think we should be doing that. I think that Venezuela should be being guided and helped. Like, hold on. That's a tangent for another time. That's a tangent that I'm going to get to after I finish this, because I'm so close. In an early morning social media post, Trump said the U.S. and Venezuela are, quote, working well together, especially as it pertains to rebuilding in a much bigger, better, more modern form their oil and gas infrastructure. The administration said it expects to sell 30 million to 50 million barrels of sanctioned Venezuelan oil.
The proceeds will go to both the U.S. and Venezuelan people. Probably going to mainly go to us because why wouldn't it, right? Mir, we kind of are. We already kind of are. I don't know. It's weird. We basically are in charge, but we're also not. I'll get to it. But the president expects an arrangement to continue indefinitely. That's crazy. He met on Friday with executives from 17 oil companies to discuss his goal of investing $100 billion in Venezuela to repair and upgrade. $100 billion fucking dollars to Venezuela. America first. Jesus fucking Christ. Why? No, please, God, no. Fuck. Vice President Just Dance Vance told Fox News this week the U.S. can control Venezuela's purse strings by dictating where its oil can be sold. No shit. Yeah, well, I mean, Mir, we do have that capital, but we're not investing it into the fucking American people. You could do something with healthcare. You could do something for food prices. You could do something just for the average American's dollar, but no, we're going to invest in oil companies so the oil executives get even richer. Montani estimated that the Alina is loaded with 707,000 barrels of oil, which at the current market price of about $60 a barrel would be worth more than $42 million. But because that would make too much sense and we wouldn't make money, we'd be spending money. And so the way we're going to make money is we're going to steal their products and sell them as our own. So the other thing that I was thinking of was the rebuilding of Japan. While I was reading this, yeah, we couldn't control them that way too. While I was reading this, there was this idea that, essentially the idea that like of staying indefinitely, that sounds crazy. So I'm looking up the occupation of Japan, and I want to see. So that took us 7 years, and that was genuine nation building. That was boots on the ground fucking nation building. We had like that was a crazy effort. And also we had the British and the to help us. Okay. So I'm just scrolling through the Wikipedia page because I'm looking for something like specific to like reach out to me because I had a question that I wanted to connect the two. Foreign presidents' only history has been occupied by foreign power. Allies never assumed direct control over Japan's civil administration. So in Germany, we did seize control in their rebuilding of the civil administration. In Japan's case, even though we fought a war with them and everything, we didn't. They formally operated under the provisions of the Meiji Constitution. Hirohito remained on the throne. Okay. So that's the other different thing, too, is that, like, after Japan, or after the nuking of Japan and they surrendered, MacArthur, like, said, hey, no, like, figureheads stay there. We definitely didn't do that. We ousted, which is different. It is a different time. It's a different form of government. So let me see. Oh, he's effectively granted, yeah, the war crimes. That's true. In exchange for, so, like, this is a different thing, too. So granting full immunity from prosecution of war crimes after he agreed to place a wartime cabinet with a military acceptable to the Allies and, implementing the terms of the Potsdam Declaration. Mir, this doesn't have much to say about their trained master cats. I'm going to be 100%. I think that came probably after the Allies left. So instead of doing that, instead of, like, saying, hey, Maduro, you're a piece of shit, which I guess is fine. I guess Maduro is a different case. This is maybe not apples and oranges, but they are still both fruit. There are differences here. I see those differences. I'm trying to find the string that I wanted to connect because I lost it. Okay, yeah, there's not really much there. Basically, there was a lot more thought that went into it, and what I was looking for didn't really pop up. But we could say that there are several differences between this nation building that we're doing here and even like the nation building we did in Iran and Iraq, because it seems to be more about like gathering oil and gathering products as opposed to actual nation building. We'll see how things work out if, with us leaving that one lady in power, the current VP. I'm not feeling super great about it. I don't think it'll go too well, but we'll see. Let me get back to here. Okay, so this is a little bit more about the oil tanker. This is specifically about the fifth tanker and Trump's response to it. We kind of read a little bit about the fifth tanker. Let me see. So this is live updates have once again ended. But President Donald Trump met with oil executives at the White House Friday in hopes of securing $100 billion in investments to revive Venezuela's ability to fully tap out expansive reserves of petroleum. Because instead of using that money to invest in the American people, we'll invest in Venezuela. Because while we are America first and we cut U.S. aid, which was soft power and a really easy thing to like just let vibe, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do way more hard power, and we're gonna spend a lot more money. Love it. Oh, this could, okay. Steelman time. Yes, this could work out better in the future. I'm very cynical. I just don't think it's going to work out better in the future. I don't think it's working. So many cheered on the capturing Maduro, but ignore that the current regime is still in charge. Thank you, bud. Yes. Oh my fucking God, dude. It's like, yeah, Maduro's bad. He's gone now. Fan-fucking-tastic. What about the rest of the government? What about the VP? What about the fucking, like, weird incestuous shit in their fucking... It's not even the socialism, necessarily, bud. It's the... Which, I mean, that could still change even if it's the same administration. It's the fucking cartel connections that they allegedly have, right? Like, the reason we went in isn't because of socialism. We went in because he was a, quote, narco-terrorist. And so we took out the leader of the narco-terrorism thing, and we said, all right, now that the head is gone, we're still going to let the rest of the body live. Freedom? No, not like that. Yeah, exactly. It's so fucking... Oh my God, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Trump hasn't laid out how the profits from the sale of Venezuelan oil will be divided, but he told oil company executives that they need to start making investments to get their share. So it's not going to go back to us. It's going to go back to the fucking oil companies. Yay! Isn't it great nation building? Don't you guys love it? We're spending $100 billion to make those who are already pretty fucking rich even richer. Yay! I want to fucking flip my table. U.S. forces boarded another oil tanker in the Caribbean Sea, according to U.S. military, as the Trump administration continues to target sanctioned tankers traveling to and from Venezuela. That was something we already read. It was pretty neat. The pre-dawn action was carried out by U.S. Marines and the Navy. We're kind of treading what we already read a little bit. The Alina is the fifth tanker. Other news were following. Denmark and Greenland envoys meet with White House officials because, once again, Trump was saying he was going to take or buy Greenland or some fucking shit. Because that's like, yeah, dude, let's blow all our money. Let's blow all our money. Let's do it. Fuck it. The debt? Never heard of her. Indiana's crushing it tonight, bud. Holy fuck. I can't wait for Weld to come in. He's, you know, dude, you know. All right. Between us girls, Weld's getting it tonight. Weld's getting it tonight. As long as it keeps up like this, Weld's getting it tonight. His lady friend's going to be playing Def Leppard when he comes up to bed. He's not sleeping. All right. Denmark's ambassador and Greenland's chief representative to Washington met on Thursday with the White House National Security Council officials to discuss a renewed push by Trump to acquire Greenland, perhaps by military force, according to the Danish government officials who were not authorized to comment publicly and spoke on the condition of anonymity. The White House did not respond to a request for comment about the meeting. That's fucking crazy. We are fucking... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. That's crazy. But I don't think in the last administration we had Trump talking shit like this, you know? I think this is a little different than being a neocon. I think this is being fucking insane. They're our allies, for God's sake. Senate pushes back on Trump's military threats against Venezuela. The Senate advanced a resolution Thursday that would limit Trump's ability to conduct further attacks against Venezuela, sounding a note of disapproval for his expanding ambitions in the Western Hemisphere. It's a significant gesture that showed unease among some Republicans after the U.S. military seized Venezuelan leader Maduro, or somebody said Morano or something. It was very funny. UN says U.S. has legal obligation to fund agencies after Trump withdraws from several. Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the United States has a legal obligation to keep paying its dues to fund the UN agencies after the White House announced it's withdrawing support from more than 30 initiatives operated by the world body. We're not going to do that. Trump's going to say suck a fat one, and we'll see how it goes. Trump wears a new Happy Trump label pin, but insists he's never happy. What does this have to do with anything that I've read? But okay. Trump insists he's never happy, but now he has a lapel pin that is, a lapel pin that is. There's the federal judge that said they couldn't block childcare funding. There's that. The UN is pretty toothless. Sure, bud, but like if we're not in the UN and if we're not taking a leadership role, then that means China and Russia can be on the Security Council, which means that China and Russia can then use the UN however they see fit to expand their influence and to take what they want. So, yes, the UN is toothless, I agree. But we shouldn't just be saying, fuck it, because it's a useful tool. It's a useful institution. It's one we need to renormalize. We are fucked a bit, yeah, because essentially what I imagine would happen is that if we withdraw from UN, we'd probably withdraw from NATO too. Like what would stop us realistically? If we do NATO, well, if we do the UN, I'll stop there. I'll stop at the UN. That the one thing that seems at least, as long as we are on the Security Council, we could just veto everything. But if we pull out of the UN, we're not going to be on the Security Council anymore. Yeah, what's going to stop the UN from saying, well, since you're not paying your dues, you're not a part of the UN anymore, fuck off. And then what, are we going to fucking knock down the UN? I mean, I guess their building is in, the United States, but that seems pretty fucking stupid to basically declare war on the world, right? Because the UN itself might be toothless, but if we piss off enough people, that's not good. Oh. The rules, and they are in the United States. Yeah. No, I know they're in the United States, and I know there are rules, but if we're already breaking rules and norms, bud, what's going to stop somebody else from doing it too? That's what I'm trying to get across. Yes, we are the greatest country in the world. Yes, we can do a lot of things, but other countries can also do things. It only takes one fucking dirty bomb to destroy a city, to destroy multiple cities. If it's, well, I guess a city for a dirty bomb, a nuke, I don't know how big it would have to be. But we live in a world where advanced weaponry is all around us, but you and we never had to grow up with the threat of nuclear weapons at the back of our heads. With that gun loaded, at least in the forefront of our mind, but realistically, that gun is still loaded. Less people have guns pointed at their heads, but we still have one pointed at or I guess less guns are pointed at our heads, but there are still guns pointed at our heads in the form of nuclear warheads. Yes, that's mad. Yes, that's mutually assured destruction. But if we're already breaking norms, things could pile out of control. Are they going to? Probably not. It's probably not going to happen. We're probably going to be okay. But I don't think that pulling out of a diplomatic organization because reasons is a good idea. I just don't. I don't. You're not going to be able to convince me. I'm sorry. I think that having normalized diplomatic relations is much, much, much more important than whatever the fuck Trump is pulling out for, because it's not like he's spending the money on us. All right? None of this money is going towards us. Oh, the president supported a tiny version. I don't even give a fuck about this. I'm honest. I'm just going to move on. This is interesting. GOP shows signs of independence, pushing forward on affordability issues. Awesome. From the pushback to Trump's self-described Don Road doctrine of aggression in the Western Hemisphere to breaks in the party unity over healthcare, Republican lawmakers are displaying signs of independence from Trump after spending much of last year acquiescing to practically every demand. It showed a new dynamic in the GOP as Republicans embark on a difficult campaign to keep control of both the House and the Senate. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, speaking at the U.S.-Mexico border on Friday with a group of Republican Senate candidates, said the Republicans were, quote, going to be focused like a laser on the issues of affordability and pointed to legislation in the works on housing and healthcare. That's based, finally, oh my God, maybe we can find some people to actually give a fuck about the United States of American citizens. We'll see. Thune's border trip and talk of affordability were a nod back to some of the core themes of Trump's presidential campaign. But the focus in Washington of late has been instead dominated by Trump's military operation to capture Venezuelan leader Maduro, his threats to use military force to take control of Greenland, the release of the case of the Jeff Epstein. Wait a minute. Who are you? Who are you, Jeffrey Epstein? Where have I seen that name before? Huh. Must not be important. And a debate over extending subsidies for insurance offered to the ACA, an issue where Republicans have long struggled to find unity. But 1, 2, 3, Trump is not going to leave the UN because we want the UN Security Council veto for US and Israel. If it was not for the US veto, UN would condemn Israel's action in Gaza and the West Bank. Yeah, for sure. I guess your point is saying that the reason why we won't pull out is because of Israel. Interesting point. I haven't thought about that. Genuinely, I have not put a single fucking ounce of my brain power towards that, so I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. I'm going to have to chew on that. I appreciate that. Well, I don't know if I appreciate that. We'll see. But I did not even think about that for a fucking millisecond, dude. Not even a millisecond. Trump's desire to possess Greenland and is not the only reason, but part of it. Yeah, no, I know. But I know that I know that you being a chatter, you have limited little tippy-typey capabilities, right? Me as streamer, I can yip yak all the fucking time. I can use many words. You must use small words. Or you must use few words to get shit done. So, like, I understand when you say that, like, you know, Trump isn't going to leave the UN because of that. You're not saying that that's 100% the reason. You're saying that's probably one of many. The other reasons why I would hope Trump wouldn't leave would be that having that veto on the Security Council is a big deal. We're founding members. It's in our fucking country. I would rather, like, work to rebuild NATO and make it better. You know, obviously there's questions of sovereignty and strength. Exactly, Mir. Mir, you're going to be a great chatter. You're already a great chatter. I know you are. But you're going to be even better. I hope you're doing well, by the way. Hope your day's been good. This one is more about the GOP pushback on Trump's Greenland plan. Trump's desire to possess Greenland and his administration's decision not to roll out military force is meeting significant resistance from the GOP lawmakers this week. Senator Tom Tillis, a North Carolina Republican who is retiring after crossing Trump last summer, took this as Senate floor to proclaim that he was sick of stupid. Based, wow. He specifically criticized the White House Deputy Chief of Policy Stephen Miller, who made comments that Greenland should be part of the U.S. I want good advice for this president because I want this president to have a good legacy, Tillis added. I mean, hey, that's fair. And this nonsense on what's going on with Greenland is a distraction from the good work he's doing, and the amateurs who said it was a good idea should lose their jobs. Wow. Yeah, fucking Stephen Miller is an amateur. Jesus. Oh my God. Other Republicans, including Thune and Senate Armed Service Committee Chair Senator Roger Wicker, also gently pushed back on military threats against Denmark, which is a NATO ally of the U.S. After meeting with the Danish ambassador, Wicker said it was Denmark's right not to sell Greenland. I'm troubled by Greenland. I'm troubled by some of the things he does. I don't get it, said Nebraska Rep Don Bacon. Ha, Bacon. Another retiring Republican. Oh, crazy. Retiring so you don't give a fuck anymore? Wow, so brave. I do feel like Congress should be more independent and should provide checks and balances here. Oh my fucking God! Finally! A single fucking Republican goes, hey guys, you know the Congress is supposed to be a check and balance on other branches of government? I watched this cool video from Schoolhouse Rock, and they said that there are 3 branches of government that are supposed to, like, check and balance each other. I never seen it before. I didn't know, bro. I had no fucking idea. Like, Mir, the only reason they're becoming aware is because they're retiring. And they finally have the collar of being a MAGA dick suck has broken free. Is it true that the U.S. has a deal with Denmark to put military bases anywhere and can use the entire country for defensive purposes since, like, the 1950s? I don't know. Let me see that. Maybe. Well, Greenland, not Denmark? Greenland. I mean, we have a military base there because I remember the lady who was head of the military base got fired for saying, like, hey, we're not going to like, if Trump wants us to do this, we're not doing this. Greenland. Oh, what is it? Greenland U.S. military base treaty. You said the 1950s. Let's see. I just did a quick search. It is the defense of Greenland, an agreement between the United States. So, like, we've wanted to do this before. So this is the actual document. We're not going to read through it, but I mean, I'm going to read through it a little bit because I'm a big fucking nerd. The Government of the United States of America and the Government of the Kingdom of Denmark, being parties to the NATO, signed on April 4th, 1949, have regarding the responsibilities thereunder to defense of the North Atlantic Treaty Area, desiring to contribute to such defense and thereby self-help mutual aid, Government of the United States, stability, unifying their effort, development of the collective capacity to resist armed attack. Okay. Article 2, Government of the United States, as a party to the North Atlantic Treaty, may assist the Government of the Kingdom of Denmark by establishing and or operating such defenses areas as the two governments on the basis of NATO defense plans may from time to time agree to be necessary for the development of the defense of Greenland and the rest of the North Atlantic Treaty Area, and which the Government of Denmark is unable to establish and operate single-handed. Two governments, in respect of the defensive areas thus selected, agree with the following. It looks like we do have some kind of pact there. So Article 2, Section 1 is national flags both countries fly over. Division of responsibility of the operation and the maintenance shall be determined time to time by agreement between the two governments. In cases where it agrees the responsibility and operating and maintenance of the defense area shall follow the Government of the United States, the following provisions shall apply. The Danish commander-in-chief may attach Danish military personnel to staff the commanding officer of such defense area under the command of an officer with whom the United States commanding officer shall consult on all important local matters affecting Danish interests, without prejudice to the sovereignty of Denmark on such defense area. Danish authorities, free movement everywhere in Greenland. Okay. Without compensation to the Government of the Kingdom of Denmark shall be entitled within such defense area and airspaces improve and generally fit the area for military use. So essentially, we are given the ability to improve and generally fit an area for military use, so build base, construct, install, maintain, operate facilities, equipment, meteorologically communicate to store supplies, so we can store long-term bases, we can do science stuff here, we can do a lot here. Probably also some kind of like spy stuff, since it's closer to Russia, I guess. The station and house personnel and provide for their health, recreation, and welfare. Provide protection and internal security of the area. Establish, maintain postal facilities and commissary stores. Control landings, takeoff, basically control the airspace. Touchdown Indiana. Bro, Indiana's killing it. Oh my god. Holy shit, bud. That's crazy. To improve the deepened harbors. So basically, we're given like full fucking... Holy shit. Well, I'm so happy for you, bro. I know you're getting it tonight, brother. So the Government of Greenland can use those and cooperate. Those bases that we just talked about, Section B, B1 through 4 or 5 or 7, B1 through 7. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little retarded. Anyway, Government of the United States of America, defense of Greenland and the rest of the North Atlantic Treaty Area, and to construct such facilities, undertake such activities therein will not impede the activities of the Government of the United States. This is starting to feel like the Georgia Dogs going up 35-3 in the first quarter. Hey, well. It's a great fucking feeling, man, as long as it stays like that. As long as it stays like that, it's a great fucking feeling. So yeah, it does look like, Mir, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, it does look like we do have a defensive pact with Greenland that was signed after NATO. So that's pretty, so for us to say that we need to annex it for protection is not true, because we already can put bases on it and shit. So this is quite the pickle, I think. So that would mean that the motivation of buying Greenland for security is probably not the case. I would then look to the people that Trump has surrounded himself with, a lot of which are crypto and AI people, which would then make me think that the reason why you want to buy a place like Greenland is the chance for rare earth minerals, chance to use it as like a super cooler or whatever because the Arctic temperatures. I mean, defense is obviously an option, but we don't have to buy, like we already have a defensive treaty, so we don't need to do anything else. Basically, Mir, gaslight, gatekeep, girl bossing a little too close to the sun. Bud, you were there for the best years, all right? You were there for literally the best. Like, you can't get any better than the years that you were there for, bro. Oh, I'm so fucking jealous. That sounds like it must have been so much fun. Judge says Trump administration can't block child care, other program money for 5 states for now. That was because they wanted to. Yeah. So, like, the freezing fundings was kind of crazy. Government did not have legal reason for holding back money from those states. U.S. Department said reason to believe the states were granting benefits to people in the country illegally, although they did not provide evidence or explain why it targeted those states and not others. That's fair because, like, realistically, if you want to, like, do something like this and you want to use this justification of, oh, they're, providing. That's fair, bud. That's fair. The football games were pretty good. I went one time, but that was like 2017. Hold on. I think my dog has to go out. I will be right back. Let me just go to this and attempt to get them in line, something like that. All right, I'll be right back. You guys. I was muted. You couldn't reach out the other one, so I'm gonna do this one. Oh my God, Weld. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. This fucking dog just made me get wet for no goddamn reason. Pokemon is Typhlosion. Typhlosion is my favorite. Clementine! Hello, puppy! Hello, you want a pup? Clem, come here! What dog points? You got him. Come on! Come here! Come here! Come on, Clem! You want a pup? I love you. Come here. What's wrong? What's she doing? Just hanging out. Talking shop, reading the news. You're a sweet girl. Yes, you are. What a sweet girl. Sorry, she doesn't want to, like, come to me. Come here, Clem. Clem. Come here. Okay. Fuck me. Clementine said, get fucked, everybody. You. So, obviously. Layla, is it because I'm white? I think it's because I'm white. She deserves treats? Who, Layla or Clementine? Because Clementine didn't come to see me, and that makes me sad, so I don't think she deserves treats. Your dog behaves just like your cat? Dog. Yeah. Well, that's not my dog. That's my friend's dog. I'm watching her dog because she and my wife are going out to the bars to, I guess, celebrate her being single. Well, not really celebrate, but I guess kind of celebrate. I don't know. She's single now after a relationship, so. Not my wife, by the way. My wife is not single. I don't know where Nala is. Nala's probably scared of the dog. So, she's probably upstairs. This was a long fucking week. Fel, I know. I'm feeling it. I really want to, like, push on super late. Thank you. But I don't know if I can. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired, dude. It's been such a long week. But I'm going to keep going until I just run out of steam. So the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said it was pausing funding because it had reason to believe the states were granting benefits to people. Oh, I already read that. The programs are Child Care and Development Fund, which subsidizes child care for families, for children from low-income families, the Temporary Assistance of Needy Families Program, which provides cash assistance and job training. Interesting. And Social Services Block Grant, a smaller fund that provides money for a variety of programs. This ruling from a U.S. District Judge runs Arun Subramanian, who was nominated to the bench by former President Joe Biden, is in place until further arguments are made in court. Oh, interesting. Somali community, frequent target of Trump, gather at scene in Minnesota where Renee Good was shot. So, I guess I'm going to read it. I don't want to be racist. The leaders of the Minnesota Somali community, which has been a frequent target of Trump, gathered Friday at the scene when Renee Good was fatally shot by ICE agent to call for an end to the immigration crackdown that has shaken the state. We want to tell President Trump and his MAGA that we want ICE out of our neighborhoods, said Khalid Omar of the Somali American Leadership Table as hundreds of protesters began chanting, "ICE out! ICE out!" Omar urged residents to look out for their neighbors. Division will not work in Minnesota nor in this country, he said. Trump has referred to Minnesota's Somali community as garbage. Not cool. Trump administration has launched a sweeping crackdown tied in part to the allegations of fraud involving Somali residents. More than 2,000 officers are taking part in what the Department of Homeland Security has called the biggest immigration enforcement operation ever. The Washington National Opera is leaving the Kennedy Center because, I'm assuming, of the rename. Let me see. Yep. To ensure fiscal prudence and fulfill its obligation for a balanced budget, WNO will reduce its spring season relocate performances to new venues. Ooh! Damn. Didn't mention Trump, but I don't think you have to put two and two together there. Of course, oil industry hails constructive conversation with Trump but makes no promises. That goes back to the top of this document. American Petroleum Institute, the oil industry's largest lobbying group, called the White House meeting a constructive initial conversation that highlighted both Venezuela's energy and potential challenges, including security and stable governance. Still, no commitments were made. Legally, each company will need to independently evaluate the situation and make its own investment decisions, but we look forward to ongoing engagement with the administration as the situation continues to unfold. Ryan Lance, CEO of ConocoPhillips, told Trump the entire Venezuelan energy system may need to be restructured. While the ExxonMobil CEO, Darren Woods, called Venezuela uninvestable. Is that a real word? If I type that in, am I going to get a red line? I don't think I spelled it right. That is a real word. Okay, cool. No, it said... There we go. I didn't spell it right. Okay, it is a real word. Sorry, that's I think one of the first times I have like seen that I know of. What? Huh. Yeah, this makes sense. So Trump praises modest hiring, not really realizing what that means. The job reports Friday that showed a subdued increase of 50,000 jobs in December and a tick down in unemployment rate was amazing, Trump said, because of seasonal employment. You're telling me that in December, when seasonal employment is pretty high, unemployment goes down? Oh my God! Anyway. Yet overall job gains last year were just 584,000, the smallest annual increase outside of a recession since 2003. Crazy. Uncertainty from the... Hey, you know what else happened in 2003? Anyway, uncertainty from the tariffs and the rollout of artificial intelligence, as well as strong hiring after the pandemic, have caused many firms to hold back on adding jobs. Trump also touted that a Thursday estimate from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, that the economy would grow at a 5.4% annual rate in the final 3 months of 2025. That figure was marked down to 5.1% Friday. Such growth would indeed be impressive, but the Atlanta's Fed figure is more of a tracking estimate rather than a forecast and will undergo significant changes before the government issues its first estimate of fourth quarter economic growth, February 20th. The New York Fed's tracking estimate is just at 2.6%. Ouchies. Oh my God, I'm putting so many things together. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Well, actually, no, they weren't Atlanta Fed. They were working for the state. Never mind. I just totally unrealized things. So never mind. Don't even worry about it. Whatever was in my head, it's gone now because it didn't even matter. So we're going to split the oil reserves with U.S. companies. I don't like this. Trump is going to do something on Greenland whether they like it or not. Like to make a deal the easy way to acquire Greenland because if the U.S. doesn't own it, he claimed Russia or China will take over it, and the U.S. doesn't want them as neighbors. If we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way, Trump has said without explaining what the hard way entailed. He also added he's a fan of Denmark. Okay, that's about enough for me. That's enough for me. Oh, what? Oh, never mind. Okay, is this over? Okay, well, I thought it said it was live, so I was like, oh fuck. Jesus, Indiana's killing them. Holy crap, that's awesome. Wow, I feel like we've been through all the headlines today. Besides, I guess this Vivek. I don't really care though. Dude, Weld, welcome to the UGA. Welcome to how that feels, bro. Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel great when you're like, we're so far ahead? Why are we even talking about Jan? Okay, all right, fine. Fine. I guess I have to fucking watch it. Okay. Jan 6 convo. I don't know what else to watch. There's also the Morally Loaded. I'm gonna send you guys over there once I finish this. All right, let's see what's going on.
Her own, and
I mean,
what was
it's
this? Was it
crazy.
called the Ilhan
It's
Omar
crazy.
husband
It's
beneficiary
crazy that she
act? Is
started
that-
benefiting from all this stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
I guess
Gibbs,
I
Gibbs,
might as well
come
be
on,
called that.
Gibbs,
No, stop,
Gibbs,
stop.
what happened to the Epstein files? Where are
Engage
they?
with what
I mean, I don't,
Steven's talking
I don't
about.
talk about the
Engage
Epstein
with-
files.
Why?
Holy balls.
Why are you so concerned about what Ilhan Omar's family
Nice.
is benefiting from and not Trump? This is you're playing a character. bro.
This
Come
is-
on. Let's be
No, no.
principled. Let's be consistent.
No, no, no.
If you're
One of
worried
them-
about
one-
Omar, are you not worried
no.
about Trump?
What are you implying Trump is doing here with his family? Like, I mean,
Hate
there's a
this fucking guy
difference, I
so
think,
much.
With what I'm
Steven,
saying.
just-
I would prefer.
Gibbs. Wait, here, Gibbs. So, like, Ilhan Omar.
Let's see it.
What is the dollar? amount
This is
that
live, yes.
She's grifted. All right. What's the amount?
This is live, unfortunately for us.
Why?
Okay, no,
That's
no,
why
why
does that matter?
Honestly, I can't even stand it. I can't stand that fat fuck. I can't stand that fucking guy. I can't. Every time he opens his mouth, his jowls, I just... That's all I hear. That's all I fucking hear. My brain, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I've let you all down. I can't do that. I wanted to really badly. Really fucking badly. I wanted to do that. I can't. Oh my god. That was going to give me AIDS. Sorry, that was going to be really not fun. That was going to be really bad. Oh, the boss for Phantom Menace? Yeah. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, a little bit. No, it's good. Avoid it. Okay. Thank you. Because my brain already hurts. I can't take much more, dog. I can't take much more. My psychic shield from that, like I was like probably like 3/4 of the way. You know, I'd recovered from the day. I touched a lot of grass. I was feeling pretty good. I touched a lot of grass. You know what I'm saying? I miss my wall husband. Kisses wherever you are. And then just that little bit, dude. It was like burning at both ends, bro. It's like I lit the candle at both ends, threw it in a fucking dumpster fire, and said, "What are you gonna do?" Holy fuck. Oh my god, hold on. I saw something earlier about, and it kind of worried me, an area flood watch. Hold on. This is for my safety. Roll for psychic damage. Hold on, I got my D20. Let's see what I get. I don't know if you can see that. That's a 4. I'm pretty sure I failed my saving throw. Mirror. I failed it hard. Yeah, that's a flood watch. Is that me? Where am I? That's yeah, actually. Actually, yeah, that's pretty me. That's pretty me. I was asking my boy if he wants cheese. He kept ignoring me. Who doesn't want cheese? White boys love cheese. The DC was 12. Fel, you're becoming Pisco. Your own child. Your own child. Cheese. Do you want cheese? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no. Yes or no? That's so funny. I'm so sorry for you, dude. Not really. I think that's fucking hilarious. Why won't Discord fucking open? I just want Discord to open so I can see like what I've been missing and I can use some of that content. But I haven't been able to. It worked too. I bet it fucking worked. Oh fuck. So yeah, there's some flooding going on in my area. So if my stream cuts out, you know why. I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else that might be interesting. Otherwise, I might be sending you guys to go see Morally Loaded and Tallybots because I'm kind of dry. I thought I was gonna go really late tonight, but I'm just so tired. I can't believe it. can't believe I got hit in the fucking face like this. Let me see what's going on here. They're talking. They're yik-yakking. Is your wife staying with her friend? No, I gotta go get her. So if I like crash, I'll probably take a nap and then be back. Oh yeah, it's been choppy occasionally. It might be on my end. It probably is. Let's hear what they're talking about.
The value and the quality of the source, right? Like just
Ooh,
should matter.
ooh, I like that.
And
Yes, it should.
so those were the two clips that have gone the most viral. And then I saw a clip like yesterday on YouTube.
Probably not. I mean, I'm in a flood zone.
Passed around on Twitter. That is her talking to Tucker. It's in this conversation, and she's talking about her stance on Israel.
Leave a like too. You know I did, bud. I always leave a like, buddy.
Because her whole thing that she's been doing since she's taken.
Can I send you? How do I fucking raid?
She's really ramped things up and come to Candace's defense and all of this stuff.
I want to see if I can do that.
Tucker and all of this. She keeps saying that she's pro-Israel. She's pro-Israel, right? Which is why it's so annoying that people are doing X, Y, or Z to her.
Can I raid?
And she, you know, me and Charlie, we were both pro-Israel, right? She now says on the Tucker show, like, you know,
I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about right now. Sorry, I'm not.
Pro-Israel because I worked in the mainstream media for 14 years, where you had absolutely no choice but to be pro-Israel. This was the Republican talking point, and I had never thought about it before. She says. She's like, and now I'm just starting from scratch, you know, like I'm reconsidering everything, you know, like I want to know what's really going on with this country. So she
I can't
given up even
I don't know if I can do a raid
of being pro-Israel or just like being
is that an option?
Normal conservative American, right? Who is interested
That's different stuff.
in
Okay, yeah, I can't do a raid.
with nations that share similar values and have similar power, you know, that can offer us.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Let me go back. This is how you do a raid in YouTube. Thank you very much. But let me. Hopefully, it's very easy. What does Google say? But I have my own Google. It's called Bud. There's a lady talking to me, and I'd prefer if she didn't. Let me see what the subtitles say. After you live stream, so YouTube just created a way for you guys to raid other streamers after you finished. I'm gonna leave a like your stream. I just want you to show you guys how to do that now. They do call it a redirect instead of a raid. Okay, cool. But there are a few things you need to do first. Off you go into YouTube Studio and find the tab that's. Oh my god, that's so fucking. Okay. Community. And then. Channels can redirect to my content. But I want to redirect to them. I want to go to them. Maybe I can't raid them. I probably can't raid them. Let me see. Let me see. Sorry. I'm gonna see if this works. And if it works, cool. If it doesn't, oh well. Settings. It doesn't say, it says creator demographics. That's not me. Oregon field goal is short. Ooh. That's wild. I don't think that. Oh, well, no wonder. Huh, interesting. Permissions, community moderation, promotions? No. It's not agreements. Okay, I don't even know what I know what I changed now, fuck. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Community, maybe it's in the community tab. Nope, not in the community tab. Customization? Nope, that's just me. Very curious indeed. Permission? No, it's not permissions already. Okay. All right, I can't really figure out how to do it. I might be a little too boomer for this. So what I'll do is I will find that stream again, and I will share it, and I will say, this is the best I can do, since I can't raid. So you guys go in there and tell Tallybots and Mama K, you say hello. You say hello from Sen right now. Okay, I'll even type it in chat for you. What you say? You say hello from Sen Patriarch. That's what you say. Weld, going into halftime, IU has 21 points off 3 takeaways, have forced Oregon to become pass only. Dude! Wow, bro, what a fucking game, man. What a fucking game. Anyway, you guys go in there and you say that to Mama K. Her and Tally, I don't know what they're talking about right now. I came in on the conversation a little late, but you guys should do that because I'll probably raid into them as much as I can, you know? And then I'm going to probably pass the fuck out for a bit because I'm tired and then I have to pick my wife up. So I don't know how the fuck I'm going to stay awake. My husky, oh no, fell. Dude, I love huskies, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are they streaming? They are live right now, Weld. Let me repost that link, buddy. Poor guy is older than the Trump regime. Oh. Push-ups are how you're going to stay awake. But if I do too many, though, my arms are going to get sore and then I'm going to get tired. I am going to watch the rest of the Fallout show because I have seen episode 3, which we can talk about that real quick. Episode 3 of the Fallout show was fucking great. I thought that was fantastic. Sad week ago, up and about. Yeah. Nah, dude, you're good. You're good. It's just been a long week. Work for me has been pretty tough. And I thought tonight I'd be able to go longer, but yeah, man, I hit a wall. I don't know what happened. I think it was after I got ear raped by the 50 hydration things. After that happened, I think that kind of fucking killed me. I don't know. But yeah, it's been really good. I've heard episode 4 people have a lot of problems with, so me as a big Fallout fan, we'll see how I feel, but personally I love everything so far. I feel like pretty much everything you can trace back to either Fallout New Vegas or like Fallout 2 or Fallout Tactics or Fallout Brotherhood Tactics. Oh, I think that's the same thing. So yeah, I think it's interesting. We'll see how it goes. But again, go to Tallybots and Morally Loaded. I'm gonna post it one more time in chat for you guys, so please go and see them and support them. And I will catch you guys later. I know this is a really abrupt ending, but like, I need to find some kind of fucking caffeine or something somewhere, because holy shit. If I feel a little bit better, I might come back, but no guarantees. I will stream tomorrow since tonight kind of sucked. Nah, dude, you're good, fell. It's okay. I know you hate me. Nah. I will stream tomorrow since tonight kind of sucked. Bud, I'll drink better than caffeine. But anyway, I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Don't forget to raid in. Okay? I can't really do a raid, but this is the closest I can fucking do. All right? So go do it. Awesome. I appreciate it, you guys. I hope you guys have a great one. Have a great fucking night. Well, I'm going to keep an eye out on that fucking game because it sounds pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Later.